Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, 6 p.m. Welcome, everyone. My honor to let everybody know that Councillor Delaney and Councillor Nelson are to the Zoom. Councillor Nelson is out of town, somewhere having fun. But I'm glad he's joining us, and Councillor Delaney is under the weather, so before we proceed, it is our honor to acknowledge that we are gathered in the William Lake First Nation People's Territory, thanks to the elders, chief, the nation allowing us to get together and do the business. And before we go forward, I'd like to welcome Rina after such a long pause. As Mr. Coupe, is he already in the mood of holidays, or he is, eh? Okay. Finally, he took some time off. Adoption of the agenda is on the table, please.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Moses. Any addition, deletion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Minute of the council meeting of April 28. Moved in second. Thank you. I was watching and see if everybody's up or. Okay, Councillor Bain and Councillor Moses. Any addition, deletion? Hearing none, all in favor? Well, it's an honor to have our good friend Bryce O'Neill on the Goba Society's 45-year. Mr. O'Neill, floor is yours, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Before I begin, I'd like to be clear that I'm speaking as an individual, not representing the Lakers Go Bus Society or BC Transit in any official capacity. I am, however, speaking as a person with a disability, someone who understands important, accessible, reliable transportation is for everyday life. I want to start with something simple. Imagine what life would look like if you couldn't get to a doctor's appointment, if you couldn't buy groceries, if you couldn't visit your family, not because you didn't want to, but because you had no way to get there. For many people in Williams Lake, that is a very real challenge. For more than 45 years, the Lakers Go Bus Society has been the reason that that challenge did not become isolation. The Lakers Go Bus Society began service in March of 1981, born from grassroots fundraising and volunteer efforts. They didn't have much, but they had determination. They gave what they could so others could keep living full lives. They built something from nothing because they understood transportation is not about movement. It's about dignity. It's about independence. It's about staying connected to the world around you. That belief carried forward year after year, decade after decade. In September of 1993, Lakers began offering fixed route services through BC Transit. Today, that vision lives on through a transit system that serves the city with 4 fixed routes, along with handy-dart services that ensure accessibility to those who need it the most. Lakers Go Bus became a lifeline for the residents here in Williams Lake, a lifeline for the Williams Lake First Nation with service to sugarcane, a lifeline with handy-dart for service in some people in some residents of the CRD, a lifeline for people who need to see a doctor in Kamloops. This is not a story about vehicles or schedule. It's a story about people. Think about the driver who arrives before dawn in a deep cold, who warms the bus and greets the riders by name. Think of the dispatcher who in the middle of a storm finds a way to reroute and reassure. Think of the leadership that guided this service through challenging times, always insisting that dignity comes first. In 2017, the British Columbia wildfires, when people were forced to leave Williams Lake, Lakers Go Bus Society helped evacuate some of the most vulnerable people with significant health and mobility challenges who could not leave on their own. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when uncertainty and fear touched every part of our lives, they kept going, quietly, consistently, making sure people still had access to essential services. In these moments, they were more than transportation. They were safety, they were reassurance, they were hope. Behind all this are the people, dedicated staff, some of whom have given decades of their lives to this work. drivers who know their passengers by name, people who show up day in, day out, not just because it's their job, but because they care. That is something truly special. Today, we recognize the story has entered a new chapter. After more than 45 years of service, Lakers Go Bus Society has passed the torch to a new provider. That is not the end of their legacy, however, it is a testament to it. What matters most, the heart of the service remains. The same dedicated team of drivers and staff, the voices that calm anxious passengers, and the hand that helps guide the cane. These will continue. As this chapter closes for Lakers Go Bus Society, I ask you to remember what they have truly built. Not just the transit system, but a promise. A promise that here in Williams Lake, no one is left behind simply because they cannot get there on their own. Before I close, I'd like to extend an invitation to each of you. Take the time to ride the bus. See Williams Lake from the perspective of the people who rely on this service every day. Sit with them, talk with them. Experience what it means to depend on transit not as a convenience, but as a lifeline. The fare is $1.75, and you can buy a monthly pass right here at City Hall. All of our buses have bike racks, and if you own a downtown business or live downtown, the bus can get you within a block of your storefront. When you see the service from that perspective, it changes how you understand its value. Because when support service like this, we're not just funding transportation. We're choosing connection. We're choosing dignity. We're choosing people. To the drivers, staff, and leaders, thank you for your patience, your courage, and your kindness. You've given the people the freedom to move, to live, and to belong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bryce, for your knowledge and sharing the thoughts. I really appreciate it. There's no question. I personally have written, you're correct, and encouraging the people and what they do, how they do. It's a million ways you can think what they provide. They not only take us from point A to point B, but like you said, they do connect us. It's a great opportunity for the people who cannot afford to have the car, and especially these days, how many of us can afford to buy the fuel these days, you know? So thank you for your presentation, and Councillor Flashfuller, then Councillor Bain, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you for coming in and presenting, and presenting it in a way that's showcasing that aspect of community and that aspect of how important this history is and how this action is so relevant for health of a community. And I just think it's a really great way that you presented it, and it's good because it's putting that out to a community to acknowledge and understand the importance of these simple things that we sometimes just take for granted. So I just really appreciate your presentation on this. I think it's really wonderful. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Councillor Flashfuller. Councillor Bain, please.
Thank you, Worship. Thanks for coming in. I mean, always so eloquently put. We used to be together on the school board, and always remember how great of opinions and things you had. And I think it's great that you still stay so involved in the community and recognizing such a great service and reminding us that all these things are needed and very much a part of our history. And so it's really great. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Councillor Line, thank you.
Thank you. And yes, thank you for the acknowledgement of everything that they do. And that opened my eyes a little bit because I wasn't fully aware of them. But I actually have a question for Rena. Do you know, have we ever had anyone from the Lakers Go Bus Society sit on the Accessibility Committee?
I would honestly have to look back in the records, not in my time here that I'm aware of, involved in the committee.
An idea next time we have an opening.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's a good point. Actually, we can contact them and encourage them to join the committee. Never thought about it. Thank you. Excellent point. Councillor Nelson and Councillor Moses, please.
Thank you very much, Worship. Bryce, thank you very much. The Lakers Go Bus Society and their commitment over 45 years has built a level that is unparamount in the province of British Columbia. You make Williams Lake proud. You make the Caribou-Chicotan proud. It's the standard across the province that delivers a service that is one of the best in the entire province of BC. I'm very proud of what the Lakers Go Bus Society has done, and look forward to working with the new people. Just want to say thank you very much for all of the hard work, all of the key points that you've raised, and most importantly, the future direction that we're going to go is one that the Lakers Go Bus Society has created. And that's a big, huge step, ensuring that the new group that comes in maintains that level of confidence and service. So thank you very much to your entire organization.
Councillor Moses. Thank you, Councillor Nelson.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us on this topic today. It's one that I did not know enough about. I personally have several family members who have mobility difficulties, and we don't utilize these services provided by the Lakers Go Bus. So I'll definitely take you up on your invitation, and I'll take my family on there, and we'll see how this can assist our family. Sure. And I'm sure it will enrich in our lives because of it. So thank you.
Well, that's a good segue because I brought writer's guides for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Your Worship.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, my family have used, my both deceased parents use it regularly. And whenever they wanted to go from point A to B when I'm not available. But that's a great service, like you said.
Remember, if you register for Handy Dart, it's door-to-door service.
yeah.
Pick you up at your door, take you where you need to go.
Betcha.
Every Monday, we go to Kamloops.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what the weather is, we're going.
I don't know if you heard or not, we are already working to increase the service to the regional district area also. And the regional district director want it, the residents want it, so there's a lot of discussion and work going on behind the scene. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Okay. What should we do? Councillor Lyon raised the point. Do we need a motion, Mr. Mraka, or we can just send a letter of invitation or talking to them?
At this time, there are no vacancies on the committee, but we can certainly
Okay,
keep that in mind when there
definitely.
is
That's
next. And I've made a
excellent
note.
point.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Lyon. Yeah. Okay, moving along. Computer check, please.
I'm out of the
Oh, it's okay.
drill here. That the accounts payable computer check and EFT listings dated April 30th and May 7th be received for information.
Moved and seconded. Any question? Anything? If not, all in favor? Carried unanimously. Moving along, development variance permit, please.
The recommendation is that pursuant to the report of the planner dated March 16th, Council approved DVP number 2 of 2026 for Matt Jaccard on behalf of Mueller Electric Limited to vary section 7.53B of the Williams Lake zoning bylaw to permit a panhandle lot with a 7-meter access strip width, and section 4M2, the interior lot line setbacks under the industrial zone from 5.5 to 0 meters to allow for the existing building and proposed future accessory building near the Panhandle location for the property located at 4495 Cattle Drive.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Councillor Nelson, Councillor Flashfuller. Any questions? Staff is here. All in the industrial side. Councillor Flashfuller, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just want to state, no questions, but great report. Thank you to staff. And just myself seeing a 0.5 of a meter is not a significant difference in this variance. I will support for sure. And also within the report, it indicates emergency services is comfortable with this. So I think that's really key, and has been no negative community feedback or anything. So I think it was a great report, and I support this variance. I think it's great
Excellent.
for
Thank you.
expansion. Thank you.
Your Worship.
Yes, please, Councillor Nelson.
Thank you very much. I too will be supporting the development variance permit as well. What this really is doing is subdividing a piece of property in the industrial zone, creating a secondary lot for the anticipation of future growth within the area, This Panhandle Road gives access to a secondary lot, which will obviously look for additional development in the future. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Any more question? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried unanimously. Encroachment agreement.
The recommendation is pursuant to the report of the planner dated April 20th, that council receive the proposed encroachment agreement from 1556694 BC Limited, DBA the Stampeder Inn, for a deck, retaining walls located on City Boulevard along Windmill Crescent and Lakeview Avenue, and an existing building encroachment along the laneway for the property at 2 Lakeview Avenue, legally described therein, and further that staff be directed to issue public notice of the proposed encroachment based on a 5-year agreement for a one-time contribution of $250, with all costs associated with the execution of the agreement being the responsibility of the owner.
Moved and second, Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Moses. Any question, concern? Staff is available. Councillor Flashfuller.
Thank you, Your Worship. No questions, but just from reading this report and for community members to understand, it appears that this is no changes. This is what's been existing and there for an extended long period of time. So it's not like there's anything unusual that is happening. It's something that we've been looking at and functioning around for a long time. So I'm in support of this. Thanks.
Hearing none, want to speak? All in favor? Carried unanimously. 2026 Accessibility Week.
The recommendation from the Accessibility Advisory Committee is that pursuant to the report of the Legislative Services Assistant Coordinator dated May 6th, Council endorse an application by the City on behalf of the AAC to SparcBC's 2026 AccessAbility Grant Program for $500 toward a public bowling event to be held at Caribou Bowl and hosted by the committee, held during National Accessibility Week to increase awareness of accessibility in the community.
Councillor Lyon, Councillor Beam, moved and seconded. Any comment? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried unanimously. Municipal Tax Rate Bylaw 2434-2026.
That City of Williams Lake Tax Rate Bylaw number 2434 of 2026 be reconsidered and adopted.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Excellent. Officer Bylaw Amendment, Bylaw number 2435.
That City of Williams Lake Officers Bylaw Amendment Bylaw number 2435 of 2026 be reconsidered and adopted.
Moved and seconded. Any question, concern? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. General Local Government Election Bylaw.
That City of Williams Lake General Local Government Election Bylaw number 2436 of 2026 be reconsidered and adopted.
Moved and seconded. Silly season has begun. This is preparation for all what's going to happen, how you can vote, etc., etc. Whoever's running, get ready and pretty well set the rules and regulations. All in favor? All in, unanimously carried. Thank you. And moving along, sign bylaw.
That City of Williams Lake Sign Bylaw Amendment Bylaw number 2437 of 2026 be reconsidered and adopted.
I got moved and seconded. Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Moses. Any question, concern? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. Unanimously. City of Prince George letter.
That the letter from the City of Prince George dated April 28th requesting support for co-sponsorship of their proposed 2026 resolution submission to UBCM on the North Rural Homeowners Grant be received. Further action at the discretion of council.
Your worship, all men be received to be endorsed to support. We've already taken the position that we did not support the reduction of the Northern Rural Homeowners Grant of $200. We're already on record, so the recommendation should be, instead of received, to support. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Nelson moved in, and second, Councillor Beam. Anybody? Please.
Can I just clarify, Councillor Nelson, are we sending another letter of support or no? Like, how are we, okay. Mr.
We would
Maraca
be-
has a comment.
Hold on, Councillor Nelson. Go to Mr. Maraca, please.
Your Worship, Councillor Bain, we, based on Council's direction at a previous meeting, probably about a month ago, the Council directed staff to send a letter saying that we would like the continuation of this grant, and that letter went out. We've already sent it out, and if Council wants another one, we can send another one, but we've already sent out a letter and voiced the concerns of the City of Williams Lake.
And, go ahead, Councillor Nelson.
This recommendation that's in front of us, Your Worship, is asking for our support as a northern community to co-sponsor their proposed 2026 resolution at UBCM with regards to asking the province to put back the rural homeowners grant. That's the request, and I support that as a neighboring rural community. That's why I changed the recommendation from receive to endorse support. Thank you.
Excellent. Good job. Any more question, concern? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. Response letter from Mr. Bailey.
That the letter from Minister Bailey dated April 21st in response to the letter from the Mayor to Premier Eby dated February 6th regarding several significant projects being undertaken by the city be received for information.
Moved and seconded, Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Line. Any comment? I'd like to make a few comments. We traveled all the way to Prince George to meet with the Premier. We traveled all the way with my colleagues to UBCM last year, and there's hardly any possible discussion or correspondence to Victoria when I'm not raising these points. I was very saddened. I almost spent an hour reading this letter trying to digest it. 6 pages later, end of the day, what did we get? $50,000 for the recruitment and retention. That was with the help of our economic development manager. I have to send message after message after message to our minister. Our application was rejected in the very beginning, in the first place. But after all that being said and done, we got $50,000. I'm not very happy, but before I do and take any action, I wanted to make sure the council members are aware. If there's any concern, anything in particular they want me to do, I'll take the lead from there.
Well, Your Worship, if I'm on the list.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Nelson. Definitely, I'd like to send another message or letter. I'm not very happy, Victoria was spending money like there's no other day. Now they're cutting down. I don't know if somebody woke up, finally they realize they're getting too much debt or whatever, and now they're cutting off everything chopping off everything, I'm not happy. Councillor Moses.
Can you put me on the list, please?
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, these are some of the largest topics for our region that we ask them about in these letters, and the responses, as Your Worship has pointed out, are less than amazing for us. They're not bad, but they're not amazing. No. So I would like to see us ensure that when we get into the season of UBCM, that we make sure that we follow up on each one of these topics with the ministers while we're in Vancouver this year. I think it's in Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah. Okay. And make sure that we keep hammering home at these exact points, trying to make sure that we can improve the quality of life and the safety of our community here in the Cariboo-Chilcotin and specifically in Williams Lake. So if we can make sure to follow these up with your guidance, Your Worship, I think it would be great.
Thank you. Before I respond to your comment, Councillor Nelson, go ahead, please.
2 points, Your Worship. This letter very clearly indicates that the provincial government is simply out of touch with what's happening in the province of British Columbia and in rural British Columbia. There's 2 points that need to be highlighted. The first is a $35 million issue. The water treatment plant. It says right here that cost increases on projects are the responsibility of the proponents. So we know that that project's going to be $30 to $40 million. You know, we had previous commitments from the Premier that they would participate in any additional costs that would be increased because of the delays that was caused by the federal government and the provincial government. So it's gone from $25 to $35 million, and we're not even in the ground yet. And that commitment has just evaporated. Poof. We know that we need to move forward on this project. It's been the top priority. But if you read this letter, they just dashed any hopes with this current government that they're going to participate. So we're on our own. It's quite clear. The second point is in regards to their funding for crime reduction initiatives. When the courts, the judges themselves tell the province that prolific offenders may have to be released back into the streets because they don't have enough staff and the cost of transportations to other communities is impeding the opportunities to try these individuals. Williams Lake is one of 11 communities in the northern side of the province that is underfunded in our court system, which is allowing the prolific offenders that is creating havoc in our communities to be re-released back into the streets. I don't think that there's one prolific offender that is on GPS in Williams Lake. So this letter is a letdown for rural British Columbia. They've lost their way. Every initiative that they tried to put on the right track has been blown. This is a bunch of fleece the pockets of rural British Columbia residents. I read it 3 times and they say absolutely nothing. There is zero commitment. They've lost their ways. I'm very, very disappointed. So much so that I think that she should resign. This is a terrible letter. Terrible. Doesn't help us out at all. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Well, my main purpose to bring this letter to your attention was when the letter came, so everybody's aware. You folks all know there is no lack of pressure. This letter is in my daytime folder in the very first thing. If I am wherever I am, whenever I had the opportunity to speak to any minister, anybody from Victoria, that's what it comes up. Like Councillor Nelson said, we do have the commitment from the Premier. I'm going to hold him on the fire and his commitment, and he has promised to the council during the UBCM last year that his commitment is he will keep us on 76% like we had in the very beginning for the water treatment plant. I'm not going to pay a single penny more than that. We will keep working. I know council is not a lack of pushing these items forward, but my request to each and every council member is when you see anybody from Victoria, and you make sure you remind them, hey, we are not letting them off the hook. They have to come up and help us. They're not doing any favor to us by helping us. It's our tax dollar. We wanted some of them back, the best of our ability, we can get it back. Any more comments, please? Hearing none. All in favor of receiving the letter, please? Opposed, if any, carried unanimously. Response letter from Minister Sharma.
That the letter from Minister Sharma dated May 7th in response to the letter from the Mayor dated March 13th, regarding requested follow-up on provincial initiatives to address repeat and violent offending be received for information.
Moved and seconded, Councillor Bain, Councillor Moses, Councillor Nelson. Go ahead, Councillor Nelson.
Well, thank you very much, Your Worship. To say that I'm disappointed is just simply an understatement. You know, I chatted today with several residents in the downtown core, and they're frankly fed up. They're tired. They're done. Read this letter, folks. It tells you very clearly why prolific offenders are back out on the streets in Williams Lake, in Quesnel, in Kelowna. In Kelowna, Your Worship, 13 to 14 prolific offenders created almost 1,200 cases for the RCMP, and they're back on the streets. In Vernon, one guy was just released with 46 charges. We know in Williams Lake, the past information that we have had from the Chief Inspector, Pelly, we had guys being released that had 1, 2, and 300 charges against them, and they were being let back out onto the streets. People are fed up, they're tired, they're cranky, and they want to resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, Community of Williams Lake, read this letter. This tells you exactly why prolific offenders are being caught by the RCMP, chased down by the cops, arrested, thrown in jail, walked across to the courthouse, given a big hug, and let go back out on the streets of Williams Lake. Read this letter. This government is failing communities across the province of British Columbia. Crime is an issue, public safety is an issue, and here is why nothing is happening. You read rhetoric, crap, and BS like this from a minister that is supposed to be in charge. Quite frankly, I think, Your Worship, I would ask that Nikki Sharma, the minister, resign. This is an embarrassment when crime is so central and the number one issue in our community. The number one issue in our community. How many fires have we had in the last month and a half? It's the same people, day in and day out. The provincial government can't even muster up enough sense to put GPS on these individuals and track them. Like, for heaven's sakes, no wonder communities are revolting across the province of British Columbia. They're sick and tired of all talk and no action, and I would ask that Nikki Sharma resign, the Attorney General. She's doing nothing to help solve crime problems. This is just a bunch of rhetoric. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Nelson. You're very correct. The word you use is saying we are frustrated. It's a very understatement. I'm really not happy with the same way the first letter we received it. Minister Sharma promised us during the UBCM, and the amendments are coming. We will hear soon. Here we go from September to May. I haven't heard anything positive yet. Who's doing what? I don't know. Equally, I like to hold the minister accountable, hopefully, and she can help us. And it's much needed, like Councillor Nelson said. Councillor Moses, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I agree that more needs to be done on this topic, but I don't completely agree with who we should be pointing at in this instance. I did read the letter pretty thoroughly and go and research where she asked us to look at, and it appears that the criminal code reform that we would want is from the federal government, not from the provincial government. And Bill C-14 that she references to is stuck in our federal legislature right now, which we need that to get through. We need that to go through before we can see any of these changes that we're getting promised to us. It seems to just be there in limbo, and we need action to occur on that. A lot of the things that we're asking for criminal reform with bail not being given as easily to repeat offending, with stricter penalties, with higher investment in our courts. These are all things that we've been asking for from the City of Williams Lake, I think, for a very long time now. I think for a lot longer than I've been on council, even if Your Worship and Councillor Nelson can agree to that. We definitely need to figure out a way that maybe we can utilize UBCM or the FCM to try to make sure that Bill C-14 gets out of limbo and actually sees the floor for debate, because we need these changes, as Councillor Nelson is pointing out. These instances of harm and unsafety to our community are not not okay and not welcome. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Moses. That's exactly what I meant when I was saying she promised us and she told all of us, whoever was at the UBCM, she said she's working through her partners in Ottawa, and hopefully by early spring something would be delivered, but that's what I mean, you know.
Your Worship.
Yeah, Councillor Nelson.
I can't agree more with my colleague. Frankly, if she doesn't resign, she should be fired. This isn't just in Williams Lake, it's across the entire province. Public safety is the #1 issue. Every community. You go to Prince George, it's like a war zone down there in the downtown core. We're getting the same thing in our community. And when just imagine that a judge comes out and says, we've got problems with prolific offenders. We may have to release them because we don't have enough staff. These are critical, important times that we need the help of the province. And to get a letter like this from the person that's in charge, if I was the premier, I'd walk in tomorrow and say, Nikki, I love you to death, but you're fired. It's not working. The system is so broken right now. There's more prolific offenders running around on the streets of British Columbia and all over the province today than there was 5 years ago. It's terrible. They're the ones that are creating the crime in our communities. Somebody has to step up. You gotta stop pretending like it's not happening. And if she can't do the job, she should be fired. And I'm advocating we ask for her resignation. You got to look after your community and the public safety, Your Honor. Thank you very much, Your Worship.
Thank you for your comment, Councillor Nelson. We'll keep working and we'll hold your feet on the fire, don't worry. And we will keep working together like we have done on all the other topics. This is going to be no different. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Next item is proclamation, please.
That the list of recognitions approved this month in accordance with Council Policy number 235 be received for information.
Moved and seconded, like we approved the policy. It's rather than every item come to council table. And the council or staff, when they see it fit with the policy, they get my signature and we do it. But definitely, end of the day, we bring the copies and make sure every council member is aware they know. That's what it is. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Okay, council information package. Move to receipt. Second. Any question, concern? Hearing none, all in favor. Carried unanimously. And I got a round table. Councillor Nelson.
Just
Yeah,
want to
I'm within my time, buddy.
Just want to recognize, Your Worship, the statue that was unveiled at the airport and all of our contributing partners, Hatzel, Williams Lake First Nation, the province, the Caribou Regional District, the City of Williams Lake, the artists. It is a unique piece of artwork. It rivals Vancouver Airport. It's honestly one of the nicest things I've ever seen, and it's right here in Williams Lake Airport. So if you want to go for a drive, go up and have a look at the artwork at the airport, have a cup of coffee at the cafe up there, and give them some support. Thank you, Your Worship.
Yeah, I already received a few compliments from the people who've been at the airport. That's good. And thank you. Councillor Nelson, Councillor Lyon, please.
I just want to say that the BGC runs the Kids Zone, it's the after-school program and summer programs and everything, and they are potentially going to have to close that program if they don't get more enrollment. And it's been around for over 10 years, and it's fantastic, and we desperately need it, but people need to enroll for this to stay open. Thanks.
Excellent. Councillor Bain.
Thank you, Worship. Nothing much. I'm looking forward to seeing I wasn't able to make the opening, so I can't wait to see the artwork. And just looking forward, of course, to NCLGA and with everyone in a couple weeks. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Moses.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, over the last week, we had Red Dress Day, which is a day of mourning for murdered, missing Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit. We had a great event with myself and Councillor Boehm attending the event, and they had great speakers. They had close to a dozen organizations taking part this year. It was pretty really well done. So thank you to the organizers for that. It was also Mental Health Week here in Canada. So I was able to take part in a lot of events with the Canadian Mental Health Association and with Williams Lake First Nation hosting some mental health speakers. Those were also incredibly well done. So our community is really making us proud on these topics, and I just want to thank them very much. In the coming week, we have a great new film club, and the Studio Theatre also has an amazing play right now. Go check out our community arts, everyone. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Fletcher.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yep, nothing for me. Thank you.
Well, I attended, got a few life celebration the last couple of weeks. It's a sadden, but we can't help it when people have to go. Almighty God calls them, they go. I attended the Modular Housing Summit in Penticton last week. It was the biggest ever attended, 188 delegates, people from all walks of life. They're trying to find a solution, national research for housing from Ottawa. And our mayor task force have done such a wonderful job. The first fourplex and sixplex are announced, and they're going through in Burnaby as we speak. And the ministers are very happy. Hopefully that could be the solution in the days to come. I attended the CRD meeting last week. As I was talking about the life celebrations, Ken Sheen's, if you go around the city, there's quite a few carving done by Ken, who was the resident of the Margaret Ferry. It was my honor to attend his life celebration. And our very own Cecilia DeRose, a great person, great personality, and there was more people than I could ever think about on the life celebration. I had a great discussion with the TRU leadership during that. And then our very own Willie Dye, I did attend it, and I spoke on behalf of the council there. And it's just sad to see, but these people have left a big landmark, big prints behind. I make no bones, I tell everybody, like Willie Dye, his celebration would be complete if we can follow his at least one step, i.e. volunteering in your neighborhood, in your area, whatever you can do, even 1 hour, half an hour, wherever organization, if you're in a place of worship, wherever you can do something, because that would be a great thing to learn. Like Councilor Nelson said, airport was a great deal, and we would get, it's a collaboration, it's working together, not only with the city and our First Nation partner, but equally with the regional district, with everybody. I can't thank enough to everybody. It's the mentality of this council had when, along with our staff members, we always wanted to work together for the betterment of our society. Like my colleague said, I'm looking forward next week. After the long weekend, we are heading to Prince George for the NCLGA, and these both letters are going to remain in my day timer with me. And trust me, I'm not going to let them lose. I wanted to thank to Councillor Boehm and Councillor Moses representing me during the Red Shirt Day. I was away that day representing the city on the Modular Home Conference. And it's coming up a long weekend. I'd like to wish everybody happy long weekend. But one thing before we go, I believe today is the last day for the census. I would request and remind everybody, please make sure you fill those papers. It's against the law not doing it. I'm happy to report to the community. I did mine yesterday. However's in your house as of 12th of May, do it. When I was leaving, coming to the council meeting, somebody called me. They by mistake threw their paper. I promised them I'll call somebody, see if we can help them to do it. But make sure you don't forget. I hope everybody have done it. And then anything from staff, sir? Mr. Maraca? Oh, sorry, Councillor Delaney. Councillor Delaney, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was going to tell you you're over your time.
Oh, sorry.
I'm good.
Let me wish you a good health, first of all, and quick recovery. Go ahead, please. Anything you had to bring up.
No, I'm good. I
Thank
just wanted
you.
to adjourn.
Oh, thank you. Take a rest. Make sure you drink a lot of citron. Mr. Maraca.
Thanks, Your Worship. So I just want everybody just to keep their eyes peeled for a lot of our events that are coming up, whether it's Public Works Day at the Yard, the open house, or the event at the Fire Hall coming up here in May. It's a big month with Local Government Awareness Week going on right now. There's a lot of things happening, and just keep your eyes peeled watch our socials, and you'll see some of the events that are happening and some of our things that we're advertising and discussing.
Rena, anything from you, please?
Super quick, just the information went out to you, I believe, by email on the upcoming local election candidate workshop that we're co-hosting with the Central Caribou CRD here, June 22nd. Communications will be starting, I think, by tomorrow on this, and we're really excited about it. So we appreciate anybody who is or isn't running again. It's a question period. It's, bring your valuable input or insight, rather, into what the role involves. And we're really happy to have Christina Benti coming and hosting that for us. So.
Thank you. Mr. CFO, you should be happy you got your tax bylaw passed and everything. You're ready to roll, start collecting money now, eh? Excellent. Good job, buddy. Jessica, anything from your office, please? Thank you. Keep up the good work. You guys do an excellent job. I'm very proud and happy about your department. Mr. James, anything from you, sir? Oh, man, James, very few words. Hey, motion is in order to adjourn, please. Moved and seconded, man, there's people ready to go. All in favor unanimously. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.